Hey, Sylvia from Write Your Life, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about my 2020 May setup, part 1. Okay, part 1 is going to be about my regular, standard, number 6, Midori, narrow-sized Traveler's notebook, and then I'll show you a part 2 once I get that more set up. I had to switch pens because my other one isn't working very well. I don't have that right now, but I'll figure it out later. Anyway, this is my Papermate in the 0.5. I had to order these on Amazon in order to get them in bulk in a big box. I love this pen. It's a very bold pen and it writes smoothly. These inserts are from DIYfish and I will go over them in a minute. I did get a new one. This is my number 6 FOXY FIX. This is the color Amber. It's very close to the Sedona color, so be careful. That one's a little bit darker in case you ever order this. This is from the Wildflower collection. It's a very nice leather. I don't know how to explain leathers. I really don't. It's not suede filling. Right now, here is the camel, which is much darker, and this feels like butter. Oh my god, it's definitely like a suede fill. This one is not like that, but I do love it. So the Sedona is probably closer to this, maybe a little lighter. Sometimes these leathers tend to darken if they're in the sun a little bit more. They might patina a little bit. I don't think that this one is that type of leather, but you know, just be aware. I have this elastic on here. It's from, I want to say this guy here. Yeah, I think I took the elastic off of the camel and put it on here because it matched very nicely. I had a cream one on here, but I don't like their elastic from FOXY FIX. It's too tight and it was really digging in, and this was just, I don't know, it was nicer and it really matches very beautifully. So let's go in. My brain is just in a cloud that it will not come out of. So anyway, moving on the inside, this is a 1-string elastic, and I moved from the Traveler'S company black because it's my favorite, and I moved from that because this is very narrow and you can only fit so much in here. It's not meant to be packed full of stuff. The FOXY FIX is, so even though there's only 1 string, it gives me a little bit more room. Let's see if I can show you with everything in here. So if you hold it up like that, just this little bit of extra material makes the difference, all of the difference. It allows me to have a folder in here as well as my zippy pouch, which I appreciate. I hope I'm still in frame. Plus, I think the color just matches nicely with summertime, whereas the black is a little darker and it goes well with winter. On the inside, I do have 2 pockets. This is the secretarial pocket, and I think they call this one the card pocket. You can get it without pockets, and the same in the front as well as in the back. So in this little pocket, I just keep a little beautiful, and these are the Hobonichi stencils. I just have them throughout because I try to remind myself to use them, and I do love them when I use them. I just forget about it, and I'm also lazy, so there's that. Back here, I keep 2 things. This is always great for when you want to lay down some washi tape or you need a paper clip. And then I use this to hold my sticky notes, and sometimes I use it to measure things out. Not a lot, just a little bit of stickiness from something, I don't know. Anyway, this comes in handy the best when you have the blank paper so that you can go ahead and write straight with these lines. And I do have some blank paper in here, so that's why I'm keeping this. Then in here, I have 1 dashboard wrapped around everything that's in here, which is 3 paper inserts and 2 non-paper inserts. I took this dashboard and I cut it down the center, put packing tape, and then of course I put some washi tape for decoration here. I got the idea for this from Carrie Harling because she had done it in a video, and I thought, oh, that's amazing. And so when I was dealing with illness, I went ahead and made a couple of different dashboards and put them in here. I have some vellum as well because the back of this was just, you know, plain white. Then I have my Farouk zippy pouch, and it's around my first insert. So in here, I love this brilliant blue. It's my favorite. I just keep some stickers, some vellum to tip in for journaling, and because I'm always writing, I constantly keep index cards for outlining. On this side, I have my Hobonichi stencils. This is saving a spot for my vocab cards. I took them out this morning and I forgot to put them in. This was right here, so I just placeholder. Okay, this is the Traveler'S Company dot grid. I've never used this insert before. I rounded the corners. It doesn't actually come that way, just a smidge. So this makes me happy. Unlike the square grid, this looks like they go ahead and they use a layout so that it has exactly the same amount of dots on every single page, whereas the square grid, it goes off the page. So I'm looking forward to keeping this as, I guess, an omni journal where I try to keep everything all in one place. I try to do that at least once, maybe twice a year. It never works out. I always have to compartmentalize, but this is one of those months where I want to try it out. So new insert, new trying out of things, see how it goes. On the back, this is a little envelope I got from your Creative Studio subscription box. I'm sorry, I don't know what month. I love them. I got a bunch of them. And inside, I just keep littler stickers that, you know, will probably sink to the bottom of this pouch. So that's what's in there. On the back of the Faroof zippy pouch, I keep a stencil and a clear ruler, and then bigger ephemera and stickers that won't fit in here. Already ready to go, because I'm going to give it a try to journal more. I mean, I do journal more, but I mean to decorate when I'm actually journaling, because as a writer, I just need to get it on the page, and I'm the only person who looks at it. So it doesn't make really that much sense to me to want to make it look beautiful. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just do one spread to make pretty and share. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. So on the center string, the string that actually belongs in here, it's that cream color, I went ahead and I put the craft folder by Traveler'S Company. On this side, I just have a acetate sheet with all my sticky notes, because I hate having sticky notes throughout my TN. They fall off and they drive me insane. I did a whole tutorial on, not a tutorial, I did a whole video talking about why I chose to do this, because I'm a lazy planner and feel like decorating things, and it was easy, and I was basically bedridden while I was sick. I don't know if that video will go up before this one. So yeah, this is an insert that I made myself a long time ago. I pulled it out because I've run out of Traveler'S Company inserts. This was I have another one somewhere. I think I have the cream colored one, but I couldn't find it and it was blank. So I thought I would try this one with the dot grid. Yeah, so I put this one in here just to have a skinny mini one. I think there's like maybe 10 pages, 10 sheets, which gives you 40 pages. 4 pages to a sheet. Yeah, so I thought I could finish this in a month. This is going to be a partial journal for a specific project that I want to only have for May. So I'm hoping I can use all of this. Back here, I have another piece of adhesive. This is acetate, sorry. This was a dashboard and it was no longer working for me. So I just cut it down and repurposed it. Back of the folder, last insert. This is my calendar, May 2020. This is a DIYfish insert. It is a digital download. That is the name right there, and I will link it down below. I got the trial version, so I have it for April, May, and next month, which will be June. And so I have until the end of June to decide if I want to continue with this. Right now, it's working out great. I'm going to change up how I'm using it a little bit this month, so we'll see how that goes. Also, I have these two. This one you've seen before. I printed this on Tomoe River paper. That's why it's slightly cream colored, and a little bit, you know, of ghosting happens on the Tomoe River paper. I bought the trial version. It's the Carrie Harling one. I will also link it down below. So this is also a 3-month trial. It will be done in June. I am showing you June because May is already filled out with a specific project and I'm not going to be, you know, sharing that. So I thought I'd show you a blank one. events, projects. You can break down each week here, and then you have one page for each week. And I had shown you how I use this. Since it's a digital download, you can print it as many times as you want. I printed it twice for April. For one of them, I was putting on my video ideas. The second one I used for my niece Jade and her schoolwork. I found that for schoolwork, it was a little overkill. I didn't need to break it down like this. And then this is more like for projects. And she is like, her homework for me is a project, but I didn't need all of this space. So I'm going to be putting that somewhere else, which I will show you in here. The second one I ended up getting looks like this. This is not a trial. I bought the full year, and I wrote down a little information to let you know. So you can find this in the mix and match area. It is the regular size. This is the name of the file, and I bought it for May through December. So this is a little different. DIYfish's inserts, I think the majority of them you can download immediately once you purchase them because they are a digital download. However, this one, since you're only buying, like, she doesn't want to give you like the full year, I guess, since they've already passed like a whole quarter. We've already passed a whole quarter, right? So she emails it to you. So she emailed me May through December. It came in black and white. I remembered to write that down because in the picture it shows black and white and then color. And what she said was that after 2018 she no longer made the color version. It's just in black and white because that works best for color coding. And I said, oh, okay. So if you're wondering, hey, doesn't it come in color? The answer is no. It only comes in black and white now. I thought it would have been cool to have color, but I think it's fine to have black and white. I am struggling with DIYfish inserts, and here's why. Sorry, I have to adjust in my chair. Oh, back issues. The printing is a little ridiculous. So this is not an actual insert. These are just like a digital printout, I guess is what you would call it. Whereas this one's an insert you can make like a booklet out of, right? So this one, it comes in a bunch of files. So you click on May and you download and print out all of May. And this is a weekly chart, right? And so you get every week that's in May. So that's what I printed out here. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can make it a booklet if you wanted to. It'd be a very skinny mini one. See, I have these out of order, so it's not going to fold properly, but it'd be very, very thin. You could staple it if you wanted to, and then you would have a blank grid here, blank grid page, this tip in that folds, and then the back chart. So I suppose if you wanted to, you could certainly do that. I don't know how I'm going to use this exactly. I have some ideas. I'm going to wait until tomorrow because today is April 30th. So, before I really make a decision. Plus my second setup that you'll see a video for part 2 is my project pages. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put another project on here yet or not. Yeah, I'm going to figure that out. But I guess you could do that. Right now, what I was thinking is I just put week 1. We have the 1st through the 3rd. These days are in April, so they just don't give you those days. I have it in here. Just in the center of this insert. It's not stapled or anything. I can slide it in and out anytime I want to. I had already printed and put this insert together. If I hadn't done that, I probably would have added this to maybe like the outside. So it would have been all one thing, or maybe the center. You can go ahead and cut this off if you wanted to, find the week it belongs to and tip it in that way. I don't know. How do you guys use this? Have you ever used this before? This is my first time. So I'm going to figure it out and I will let you know in probably the next video. You'll get to see how it worked out or if it didn't work out. So I have all of these. I took them out, but usually I keep them in this folder. Okay. We are going to come back to these in a second, but let's go through my last insert. Again, this is a monthly, weekly, and daily insert. So I set this up just like I did in April. Here's my key. These are different. These are just the goals and my main focuses, color coded, of course. And then here's my monthly. It's pretty bare because I'm still thinking about what I want to do with the project pages before I start filling this out more. This first week I don't have anything really due, so that's why there's nothing here. Of course, this stuff I could go ahead and pre-plan because I know at the end of the month I always have my book club. Yeah, and so I have write, film, write, free, so I can choose to write or film or both. I probably will write on this day also, but I wrote it too big, so I didn't want to, like, you know, make it all congested. And then we have revise and edit on the weekend. So that is my planning schedule. I haven't like color coded them, which I probably should do. I put like a little dot there at some point. So last month, excuse me, I had this cut in half and I had NaNoWriMo on one side and Jade on the other. And I think I can still do that if I want to. But again, now that I have her homework all set up and I know how it works, I really don't need that much space for it. So I think I'm just going to put writing here and I might divide it in half. Again, I'm working on the project pages, which won't have a calendar. It's just where I'm keeping track of all the different projects in the process and where I'm at in each project. I might divide this in half and then put like a title for 2 different projects that I want to see what days I'm working on it throughout the month. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, it's still kind of early. I tried to film this at like 5:30. There wasn't a lot of light, but I thought I could work with it. It didn't work out. It's 7:30 and I'm still like fog. My brain is in fog. Over here, short stories, or short fiction rather, I'm going to put a list here of what I'm going to be working on. And it's not just me working on these projects, it's also me sitting down and thinking about what needs to be done and kind of like planning out the rest of the projects and seeing where I'm at. Open novels here, trying to get my shit together, y'all. On this page is where I'm going to put Jade's homework for each week. So at the end or beginning of the week, whichever way you want to look at it, I think it's right here. Yeah, there is a blank grid page. So before I put scheduled here, I think I'm going to move schedule to the very back. You get a couple of grid pages here. Last month I got 3 because it ended on the 30th. But I'm going to put scheduled here. So anything I need to reschedule, or I'm not sure where it's going to go or what week I'm going to do it on, I'm just going to put it here. I have 2 pages to do that if I want to, because last month I didn't utilize it as much. I really just needed like the 1 page. Of course, I started it like on day 8 or 9 of the month, so I missed a full-on week of planning. So I'm going to list out what Jade has to do for the week and then check it off as we do it. And then here is the week. I already messed up again. It's early. I started filling this out. And this, of course, I just went ahead and stenciled in. I put the 31st, and there's no 31st. This in last month of April. I'm getting confused because today is still April the 30th. So I just wrote these out so I would remember because I already wanted to move into this. And then this is all of the days that start in May of this week. The rest, usually it's a 2-page spread like this. But these were all in April, so they don't give you that. My daily, I already messed up, so I just washi taped because you can fix it that way. But this is how the dailies look. They are labeled by the hours off to the side. So you have 1 through 12 and then 1 through 12 again. So you have a whole 24 hours. I usually put, like, if I'm going to schedule something in advance, I haven't done that yet, what I'm going to be doing up here. And that helps me alleviate using sticky notes. I put my like top 3 things or in a major appointment or something I want to focus on for the day so I can schedule in advance. So this has been working out. For this month, I'm going to change it up because I'm going to be using this for writing notes as well. So I'll have a lot less space. And I think that'll work best for me because it's, you know, a day a page. I was putting like quotes and things in here, which works out well. I might still do that, but I like to keep my writing notes in something like this. Yeah, I think that's going to make me happy. So I might divide it to, like, you know, up here, any major tests and stuff that I can't fit on the weekly because it's a little bit small for a busy day. And then the rest will just be like for notes. And yeah, since my journaling will be in here, I won't need space for that. Where I journaled a little bit on pages, I didn't really do much. So that was cool. yeah, so that is all for May, and then I will switch it out for June and then decide whether or not I'm going to purchase this for another 3 months or the rest of the year. Then the back of that dashboard, and I had 2 designs I really liked. I couldn't decide, so I put both of them in here. Thrive is my word of the year. In the back, I have another Hobonichi stencil, and this is that grid paper from Traveler'S company, and I did mention, see how it goes off the edge, so you can never know exactly how many squares are on each page. It's slightly going to change by a couple. So I like that dot grid layout very much. This is just some extra paper I had in the back of an insert. I hate to have to write gibberish just to finish the pages, so I just cut them out with an X-Acto knife. It's really great because if I make a grocery list, I can take it out. If I need to make a list because I'm trying to figure out things, I can, you know, move throughout each of these inserts and make that list. And that is just easier than trying to toggle to, you know, inserts. So that is great. Also, I forgot to mention, I said I was going to come back to this. I was having struggles with, let me go to a blank one. This up here. You can use it for notes, but I like to use it for the Alistair method. The way I use it is I skip every other line so that it looks nice and clean because I have horrible handwriting and it just makes me feel better. This was not enough space to put everything I wanted to for that week. So you have like an Alistair method again here that's much bigger. So you can have, you know, this and this for that. I think that's going to work out well, and that's why I chose this. It's probably why I'm going to continue using this and maybe not repurchase these, because I don't always need this big calendar for every project. Sometimes it just, you know, it works fine to go on here or here. I think it's going to work out. I don't even know. You could definitely use this for if you just wanted to focus, especially on health for the summer, and you really wanted to focus on one meal of the day for your family, for meal planning. This would work really well. You can put your grocery list on here. You can take this into the store instead of this whole thing. So the possibilities are endless. Yeah, and I thought maybe if I did decide to go with a grocery list and, you know, meal planning, I could definitely use this for cleaning and stuff. Now, I've mentioned, like, if the dishes need to be done, just do them. You don't need to write that down. But there are some things that I need to know the last time I did that. So it would be nice to do that on here. I had paper and cats insert for that, but there's not really, I mean, there is space. I guess I could find a place for it in here. I just don't need a whole insert for that. So this is nice to just have a plain little paper to do that on. So still deciding what's going to go on here because there's so many things I could do. Yeah, so all of this kind of just sits inside of this folder. It's why I decided to put it back in here, just so I can have those extra months. I know if I put them on the shelf somewhere, I'm going to lose them, and I need them when I need them, especially since these are week by week. I don't want to have to go looking for them. So yeah. All right, so that is my May Traveler'S notebook in the number 6, regular standard narrow Midori size, part 1, and then I will show you part 2 as soon as I get those project pages together. All right, my name is Sylvia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.